Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this look here. It's like a purpley halo kind of vibe look with a gold center. I'm so stoked with the way it came out. The gold is so beautiful. It's using that trophy wife shade from Fenty. I'm really obsessed with it right now. Actually, I've got Fenty on the lips too. I'm really happy with the way this came out. It's just so regal and like I don't know, like a subtle color. Like it's not too crazy, but it's like still very colorful. I'm really into it. Anyway, let's get into the video.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing this look here, which is a purple eye with a pop of gold. I really love the way this look came out. I feel like the tones are very regal. It's a very royal toned look, and yeah, I just feel like it's very rich kind of color story, and I really love the way it came out. I haven't done a makeup tutorial like this in a while, so I'm really excited to get back into it. If you'd like to see how I did this look, then please keep on watching. Hey friends, how have you been? Let me just chuck my hair up into a dodgy ponytail so it's out of my face when I do my makeup. I'm going for a purple look today, and so I tried to match my shirt to my eyeshadow because in the future, in a bit, I'm gonna have purple eyeshadow. I didn't really actually have that many purple shirts, so my shirt is like an AC Sport one from my cheer team. Today I'm using a new foundation which I actually haven't tried before. This is that NARS matte foundation, and so I'm not going to be using any primer just because I would like to see how this foundation performs on its own. Let me tell you what shade I have. This is like a little sample of it because this is my first time trying it. This is the NARS soft matte foundation in Duville. I hope I'm pronouncing that good enough that you can figure it out. But yeah, it's sort of like the lighter shades with a, no, it's not like the lightest shade. It has a medium, kind of like, it's in between light and medium, and it has a yellow undertone because that is my preferred undertone. Every time they ask me, like, oh my gosh, this is kind of like a lot of coverage. I haven't done like a lot foundation like this in a bit. Anyway, every time they ask me at like a store, like, and I'm choosing a foundation shade, and they're like, would you like a like neutral undertone or a yellow undertone? I always go for yellow undertone. I just feel like it just works out better in the long run for me. So yeah, I went for that yellow undertone. Dude, it's kind of like a lot. It's kind of a mask. High coverage for sure. I'm like even getting it in my hair. Hair has high coverage in it now. But you know, I'd rather press it into my hairline than not. I took like 2 dabs from that little sample pot. I feel like I could have taken less, but you know, it'll be an experience. I'll get to experience what this foundation is like at its full capacity. This is going to be quite high coverage. So far it's blending quite nicely. It's very high coverage foundation, but it doesn't feel like thick or cakey on the skin. It just looks like a lot, but it doesn't have a disgusting like creamy feel or anything where it's like thick or anything on the skin. It's actually quite fine. The closest thing I could compare it to currently, it reminds me a little bit of a higher end version because obviously NARS is a higher end brand. It reminds me a little bit of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Longwear foundation, which is one of my favorites from the drugstore. So I do like that. This does come in another squeezy tube, and it was released in America ages ago, so I feel like everyone's already had like reviews and like opinions on this out already, but it only just came to Australia during lockdown, so I hadn't tried it yet. I could have used less foundation, not gonna lie, like that was kind of a lot. But you know, it gave me a really intensely like matted out concealed base. So you know, let's add a little bit of concealer, not too much because I'm quite concealed. I'm just gonna add a little bit under my eyes just for a little bit of added brightness. I don't really feel like I need a lot of concealer though because this foundation is so full coverage and my skin's been generally okay recently. By the way, if you're wondering what brush I'm using for all of this, it hasn't got any name left on it, but it's from Real Techniques. It's like a kind of flattish kind of buffing brush. I really like my Real Techniques brushes. You see me use them in all my videos because they're affordable and they work well. I'm going to set my face now, and I think this powder is going to run out this time I use it. This is my Nude powder, which is a powder that a little bit of it just fell on the floor. Wasted. Anyway, this is my Nude powder. I purchased this in Taiwan and it has served me well. I'm actually going to crush up what's left in the side here because my brush won't be able to reach that little tiny corner. But since I want to set this like high coverage foundation really well, I might use up this powder entirely and then reach into another one. I've had this for a while now, so I'm not like sad to use it up. It actually lasted quite a long time, and I felt like it was a pretty hard pressed powder, especially compared to some of the other powders I've tried. And so I do think it's a good powder. It was very affordable, and I will probably repurchase it maybe next time I go to Taiwan if I see it again. If I don't, it is what it is. If I had more variations of this powder, I'd definitely try out variations because it was quite a cute little compact case as well. This used to come with me in my travel makeup bag and it was very convenient to fit size-wise. So I'm just going to start by setting my eye area just because I don't want any creasing there. That's most important to me. And then I'm just going to set the whole face. This is really hard to use this powder at this point because there is so little product left in the pan that it's like kind of like hard to pick up on the brush and apply on the face. You can probably see like little bits like falling down because it's like crumbling and stuff. I don't know, I just find makeup sometimes get a little difficult to use towards the end of its life, but it is what it is, and you know, I've used this very well most of its life, so it's okay if the last few uses are a little not so perfect. But how are you guys? Tell me in the comments down below what's new. I love reading your comments and you know, staying in touch with you guys. It's kind of been a while since I've done a sit down get ready with me style video. I did actually upload one recently where I was speaking entirely in Mandarin for the whole video, which is really difficult for me because I haven't spoken Mandarin in ages because I haven't been back to Taiwan in ages. But it was good to push myself and try and do a video in Mandarin. It wasn't perfect and there's lots of stuff in the video I'm like stumbling over my words and stuff, but I also feel like because I did the video in Mandarin, I wasn't able to like properly chat with you guys the way I would usually chat with you guys in English in a get ready with me video like this. So yeah, I prefer doing videos in English because I feel like I can say more. Okay, so there was actually enough left in that little pan there for me to do a full setting of my face. I just like to really set my face. And like, I feel like it would be an unfair judgment of the foundation if I didn't try it the first time, like fully setting it. It's very high coverage. It's actually really nice. Like, I feel very like full canvas set, ready to go. You know what's kind of annoying? I was kind of planning on today doing my makeup in a different order and starting off with my eyes first. And as soon as I sat down, I went in with the foundation. I was like, I've done it again, foundation again. I always start with foundation and I'm trying to like switch it up and try some new techniques. Maybe next time I'll remember to do eyes first. Oopsie. Anyway, now I'm just going in with my L'Oreal Wild Bronze Glow. This is one of my favorite bronzers at the moment. I'm just going to bronze the whole face, you know, under the jawline, the cheek, the forehead. I love a bronzy look and you know, it's summertime. I want to have my summer glow on. Yeah, I really like this bronzer. As you can tell, there is a huge amount of pan in it. This bronzer I thought was going to take me a lot longer to get through than it is taking me, especially now that lockdown is over here in Sydney. I've been wearing a lot more makeup. I thought I was wearing a lot of makeup in lockdown because I had the time to film makeup tutorials like most days, or like a lot of days I was able to film a makeup tutorial, and so I was wearing makeup every day on camera. But now that lockdown is over, I'm also not just wearing makeup on camera with you guys. I'm wearing makeup when I'm going out. I like wear a lot of makeup in my day-to-day life. And like when I come home from like cheer practice, I might like wash off my face, put a new face on to go out that night. Do you know what I mean? So like I'm putting on multiple faces in a day because I'm doing multiple things in a day and I'm changing up my look that many times. So I'm actually going through a lot more product than I remember I used to, but you know, it's because I'm trying to do a lot of things now that lockdown's over. I'm like freedom, so I'm like going out and exploring as much as I can. I also like to take the brush, pinch it and run it down the sides of my nose just to give a little bit more contour. It's not like the most accurate contour, but I've actually been really enjoying the way this is like working out for me. So this is how I've been contouring recently. Something I don't like about when a powder is like this is like I was saying earlier with that little face powder that I was using. It's difficult to pick up the product when your brush is so large and there's only that much little amount of product on the side. But I'm just going to pop this through the forehead as well. Really blend that into the hairline. There we go. Also, in that video that I did recently in Mandarin, I feel like I wasn't able to chat with you guys as clearly about the things that I was doing, but you know what I do anyway. It's like the same makeup every time, just like a different eye or a different lip or a different cheek color. Like it's pretty similar to the face that I'm going to be doing today, just with some variations. So I felt like even though I wasn't able to like describe in depth what I was doing, you guys pretty much have a pretty clear idea of what I'm going to be doing regardless, just because most of my videos are like pretty similar style of get ready with me. So there we go. That is my bronzer done. I feel quite bronzed. I find that I always have like a gap up the top here and I can't really like, it's hard to fix, so whatever, we're gonna leave it. Let's put on a little bit of blush. I'm gonna be using this shade from Kylie called Pink Dreams. Oh man, this packaging is actually really busted. You may have seen a video or two ago. I dropped it on the floor, not a video or two ago, like a tutorial or two ago. I dropped it on the floor and like now that's not pink from the blush. Oops, that was pink from the packaging that like fell off from right there. Like it's starting to fall apart, which is kind of sad. I wish this packaging was a little bit more sturdy, but you know, it is what it is. I'm going to pack on the blush onto my cheeks. I love a overly blushed look at the moment. No blush is too much blush. I just love blush. Again, I'm using my Real Techniques brushes. Also, the brush that I use for bronzer, as per usual, it's my Hoola brush from Benefit. Real Techniques also has a very similar style brush, but I do know the Hoola still, like Benefit still has those Hoola brushes at some stands. I know that it in like the Chatswood or like the like Macquarie stores near me, in the Maya store in the Benefit stand, they don't have those anymore. But I know that in the city, like the George Street Maya, they do have that brush still. So, you know, hunt around, you'll be able to find it. I'm sure they sell it online still as well. Okay, let's get into the eyeshadow. I do want to put a little bit of concealer on the eyes just so that this eyeshadow turns up a little bit more pigmented. So I'm just going to do a little dot on each eye. By the way, the concealer I'm using today is the Lasting Matte Concealer from Rimmel. I've been using this for ages. It's actually a pretty good one. It's not my favorite of all time, but it's not bad at all. Oh, I feel like I need a little bit more. Oopsie. It is kind of running out because I've had it for quite a while at this point. This will probably be panned by the end of the year. I'm really excited for my end of year project pan because as you can tell by the things that I'm using today, everything's really well loved. We're getting towards the end of the year now. It's November. I do project pan on my channel every 6 months, so half yearly. So I've done my project pan update back in, I think it was July I did one, or maybe June. Can't remember which month I did it in. Anyway, and then in December, I will do my end of year project pan and show you guys everything I've finished up in the last 6 months, and then we'll roll over into the new year's project pan, which I'm super excited about. Now, just to start off this eye look, I do want a little bit of warmth through there. So I'm just going to grab this bronzer that we used earlier and just take a little bit on this crease brush from Nude by Nature and just blend myself a little bit of warmth through the crease, just so that there is like a bit of dimension and a little bit of like a warm tone to the look. Because even though I'm going for purples, which are a cool tone color, I want this to be like a slightly warmer toned purple, because I'm a warm toned person. A lot of the time I just feel like even though when I'm using cool colors, if I make them warmer toned cool colors, I hope that makes sense, like cool colors with warm undertones, it just looks more flattering on my skin tone and I'm able to pull it off better. Let's go in with the purple now. The star of the show is going to be from the BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette. It's been a while since I've whipped this one out and sat down with you guys to do some makeup looks, but today I'm going to be taking the purple shade up the top here. None of these shades have names, so it's just this top purple shade. It kind of reminds me of Disney Princess Purple. I know that's kind of specific, but in my head, in like the 2000s especially, Disney Princess Purple is the color of purple that's on the Disney Princess logo when they were promoting Disney stuff. And so that was like my favorite color at one like stage of my life, because it's kind of like a warmer toned purple that has like a pinky undertone to it. And I just think it's a very pretty color. So I'm just going to pop this all over the lid. Now this is quite a like nice matte, but adding that concealer as we did earlier as a base just makes that a little bit more pigmented and helps it show up a little better. And because we've already placed down that warm toned bronzer shade, it also gives it something to blend into. Now there's a lot of fallout. We'll worry about that later. We're just going to focus on packing on the color at this point. We're also not too fussed about blending at this point because we can get a fluffy brush later to blend out this color that we're adding down. This stage here for me is just like pack on color onto eyelid. Don't worry about it. I am kind of focusing on keeping the shape that I want, which is kind of like a giant half moon on the eyelids, kind of like a halo if you will. And I do take it a little bit upwards and outwards on the outer corner just because I do feel like that is a little bit more flattering on my eye shape. Not to have like a perfect half moon, but just a little bit of lift out here, but nothing too crazy because I do still want to keep this to be like a halo shape generally. Now that is quite a fair bit of fallout, so I'm going to flick that off now. I'm just going to use the powder brush that we used earlier. This is why I should have done eyes first and face last, but you know, we're here now, so luckily it came off. Let's do a bit of blending. I have a blending brush, this one from Real Techniques. It's the Duro Fiber Eye Brush. I'm just going to grab this and blend. If you want a little bit more warmth, you can also just dip into the bronzer from earlier and grab that on your brush to blend with as like a blending powder. I think I'll do that. I just love a bit of warmth. And if you feel like you blend away too much of the purple, you can always grab a little bit more purple on the crease brush you were using earlier and pop a little bit more purple on as you go. But I think this is not blending away too much or anything, so it should be good. I'll tell you guys what I'm up to for like cheer and stuff. As you will have seen in my recent vlogs, we are finishing off the cheer season for my all-star team, ECA. However, my Australian Catholic University team is no longer going ahead this year just because the way COVID and things have worked out. They didn't have enough time to get a routine together in time, which is totally fine because we'll have an amazing season next year and I'm very excited for it. But yeah, this season was really fun regardless. Like, even though it was a short season, it was super fun and I really liked the girls that I made friends with on my team. I haven't seen them that much since cheer ended before lockdown, but I'm really excited about like seeing them again this holidays and like through summer. I really want to hang out with them because I feel like we're going to be besties. I just know it. Anyway, that's what happens. Every time there's new people on the team, I'm like, I'm so excited, and then we always end up being good friends. I love like the team atmosphere of cheer. It's what brings me back to it over and over, as well as like learning new skills. It's really satisfying. Anyway, that's enough about cheer. We have some purple on the lids. We've kind of blended it into the shape that we want, so it's not too harsh. There's no real like harsh lines or anything. It's more diffused at the edges, and now I want to add a little bit more depth. So what I'm going to do for that, there's a lot of fallout on the palette. Kick up, I should say. I'm going to dig into this darker purple shade down here. This is another matte purple shade. As you can tell, I'm really rough with this palette because it is a like cheaper palette, and I've had it for like quite a while. I don't really think that it's like the most incredible formula in the world. It's not bad or anything. It's just like not like a life-changing formula. It's not like incredibly pigmented. That's why I'm having to use like concealer and like really work with it. But it's a formula that you can work with. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of this and pack this over the very center of the lid just to deepen it up even more. But this is what I mean by like, you don't have to have the most expensive eyeshadow in the world. You can just work with what you have. You know, I don't have a very expensive rainbow palette, but I have this more affordable one that I can work with a bit of concealer, a bit of blending, and a bit of patience. I can make a look that I'm very happy with anyway. So the reason I went in with that lighter purple shade before going in with the darker purple shade is this darker purple shade is a little bit more cooler toned than the first one we used, and I wanted to get that warmth through the eye. I just feel like it's more flattering on my eye shade. Just trying to blow off all that fallout. Also with my eyeshadow, there is a little bit of fallout underneath the eye. I'm going to leave that until later, and I'm going to figure out something to do with that later because I do like the look of the fallout underneath the eye because that is the exact amount I want of like a lower lash line detail. But I will leave that for a bit and we'll get to that later. Now let's do a little bit of champagne because this is going to be a champagne kind of purple eye. So what I'm going to do, actually let's make it gold. Let's go for gold. I'm feeling gold today. This is from Fenty Beauty and this is the shade Trophy Wife. It's actually a really stunning shade. When I first got this, I was worried that it would be too dark on my skin tone and like show up as like a gold stripe. It's actually very blendable and doesn't have like a very deep base. So this actually works for a range of skin tones, including my own. This is what it looks like. It's just a true gold in the Kilowatt formula, which is one of my favorites from Fenty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shading brush from Real Techniques, grab a bit of that gold shade and just pack that directly onto the center of the lid, creating a beautiful halo. That's why I was erring towards that warmer toned like tone in the purple, because the gold on top is just like, it brings in and like ties together all those warm tones. Oh, this is so pretty. Also, where the purple kind of meets the bronzer, it kind of has a pinky hue as well, which is really pretty. I'm also going to add quite a bit of this into the inner corners. There is a little bit of eyeshadow in my corner, or my inner corner, that like has been like stuck there from like fallout. But I'm actually going to leave that because I think it actually adds like a little pinky hue to the look. This is really stunning and it's a very rich look, if that makes sense. Like the color purple is a very like regal color in my opinion, and gold is obviously very regal as well. So this is actually a very regal look in my opinion. It gives me royal tones and I'm obsessed with it. So I'm just packing this on, not very precisely, but more into like a blurred halo kind of eye look. And I'm just going to take this over the whole center of the lid there. Not really outlining in particular my mobile lid, like that little crease there, just blending that all over. And then I can always build it up in the center of the eye if I would like a little bit more pop there, which I actually would. I will go off camera later to add eyeliner and brows, just because, as you know, I don't have any brows at the moment. I re-bleached them. This is my second time bleaching them, and I'm addicted to bleaching my brows at this point. I just love the way bleached brows look. I'm just going to add a little purple at the front here. This is what I mean. If you feel like it's not deep enough in some area, you can always go back in a little extra. But yeah, I'm just blending this so that there's no like harsh line where the gold is. I just want it to be a shimmery eye. I'm really liking the way this is coming out. Okay, I'm also going to work on that lower lash line now. So as you can see, there's a little bit of fallout down there. What I'm going to do is grab my already dirty brush. I'm I'm going to look up and I'm just going to blend it together. So I like the existing shape it has. I'm just going to make sure it's all like blended and there's no harsh lines. And I would like to add a little bit more products just so it stands out a little bit more down there and it's a little bit more even. And then I can grab the blending brush afterwards and blend that all together just so that it's a little bit more seamless and it's not like patchy or anything like that. So just blend, blend, blend underneath there with the same blending brushes as before. And because these brushes are both dirty from using them on the upper lash line, they already have all the color that I want to use on them already. I feel like this shape here is a little too forward, so I'm just going to wipe that a bit. There we go. Okay, so now I've kind of completed the way I want that to look. I'll add a little bit more of that gold shade coming into the inner corner at the front there just to highlight that like front inner corner look. I really love the way this gold looks with the purple. I think it's so stunning. Okay, I'm going to disappear for a second and do my liner, lashes and brows because, you know, I do the same liner and lashes and brows every time. And I'll see you when I come back looking a little bit more complete. Okay, so I popped my lashes, my liner, I did a bit of mascara too. It was this one, the Lash Princess from Essence. And I did my brows using this one. It's the Brow from Benefit. I really liked that it comes with a little brush in it. I always use the little angled brush that comes with it. And I have this in the shade 3. The lashes that I'm wearing are some random ones that I bought in Taiwan. And my Duo lash glue broke, as you can see. What a mess. It's all coming out of like the twist up part. It's a whole mess, but whatever. I might just have to buy a new one if that starts totally drying out on the inside. I'm just fixing up my lashes right now so that they are looking good and like not on wonky, you know what I mean? I don't like it when like one lash is on a strange angle or something. I think that's pretty good. Let's do a little bit of highlighter before we set the face. And of course, I'm going to go in with that gold shade Trophy Wife just to match the eyeshadow that we've done. So I'm going to take this, what's this called? It's a highlighter brush or an angled highlighter brush from Real Techniques. And I'm just going to pop that on the high points of my face. So first of all, I'm going to take this on the cheekbones. This brush also was like dirty. It was a little bit of like I Love Sarah Dose of Colors collaboration in the shade Soulmate, so like maybe is a little bit mixed of the two shades, but I am just reusing this brush really. Like primarily I'm just trying to get like Trophy Wife on my face right now, so I'm going to put that all over my cheekbones. I do not be light-handed at all. I'm very heavy-handed with the highlight because I love a glowy look. I'm going to take this on the forehead as well, just above the brow bone here. I actually have one, like, this is like gross, but like I have a scab right there from a pimple that I picked. Guys, don't pick your pimples because moral of the story is you'll have a little thing like I'm having right now. Silly business. I'm also going to use the little shading brush that we used earlier on the detailed parts of the eyes. I'm going to take this on the brow bone as well, just to like add a little, yeah, you can see that, a little pop on the brow bone, and I'm going to blend that with my finger just so it's smooth. Do the same on the other side. I also feel like putting a little bit of highlight under the brow bone also helps lift the brow a little bit, gives the brow a little bit more pop as well. It just makes it look a little bit more defined. And then of course I want to take this down to the center of the nose because I feel like that adds so much to like defining the nose. I really like a good nose contour. Oh, there's a little bit of powder on the side of my nose. I'm actually going to go in with my bronzer brush just to deepen up the sides of the nose because I have a little bit of fallout there, but I want it to be like a little bit more bronzed as well. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Okay, let's do a little bit of setting spray. I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Shake and Glow setting spray. This is one that I've been using quite a fair bit recently. You may have seen it in a couple of videos before. You just shake it before you spray. And I am, of course, not light-handed with my setting spray. I think that you cannot have too much setting spray because it dries down and just sets your face in place. Like, it's not like it's going to like drip off your face unless you do a ridiculous amount. I think that lots of setting spray is fine. I'm going to take out my hair because it's the vision I had. Also, sometimes I use my little mirror to dry my setting spray like this. The mirror that I have is from the Barbie Colourpop collaboration. I don't like when I take my hair out of a ponytail like this though, and it's like kind of flat, so I might zhuzh it up a bit and try and give it some shape because it's like, come on hair, let's do better. Let's make this happen. Okay, and then we could do the outro together. Oh, I forgot a lip product. That would have been not it. Let's try for the first time together the Fenty Beauty Heat in the shade Fenty Glow Heat. So this is a pre-existing shade. They have Fenty Glow in all the formulas, and now they finally released Fenty Glow in the Heat formula. And this is actually a little bit more neutral tone compared to the like pink tones of the other Fenty Glow lip glosses. Oh, I really like the scent of this one. It's really yummy. You can sheer it out or you can build it up to be like more pigmented. I do feel a little bit of that tingle that they mentioned. It's not like a burning sensation, like even though it's like a plumping gloss and it's supposed to be a heat one. It's not like painful or anything. It's not like a real stinging sensation. It's actually quite pleasant. It's more like a slight tingle. It smells really yummy. I definitely recommend smelling this if it's in store near you. And I like how it's got a little bit of warmth to the gloss. It doesn't look odd against my skin tone or the eye look we've done. I think this is a completed look. So yeah, that's my face. I hope you enjoyed. I'm really excited about this look. I'm so stoked with the way it came out. You'll see in the close-ups of the outro, my lash glue is probably still drying right now. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And also let me know what you'd like to see from me in future. I'm always down to hear your suggestions. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. And I upload all the time, so you will be seeing a lot more content from me. Do it. It's free. If you don't want to see more content from me, that's okay. You can click out. I'll never see you again. Thank you for joining me so far anyway. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo! Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I can really feel the Fenty heat now. It is burning, it is stinging now. It's a pleasant feeling. I'm not really one for like, it's not like I really feel like my lips need a lot of plumping. Like, I'm not like, oh, I really need lip fillers or something. But this feels like it's like doing something. I don't know if my lips look any different. I don't think they do, to be honest. But I definitely feel the burning sensation. This lip gloss, if you don't like a stinging lip gloss, don't get this one from Fenty. Fenty has other lip glosses that don't burn, so don't get this one unless you like that like plumping, tingling sensation. Like it's kind of a lot. I don't know. I'm not one for like plumping lip glosses usually. Not that I'm anti them. I just don't like feel a need for them as much in my life. So I just wanted to try this because I like Fenty's formulas. But like it does really burn. I don't have a lot to compare them to because I don't have that many other lip glosses like this kind of formula. But this really, I really do feel it now. So I just wanted to let you guys know.
Anyway, it's outro time for real this time. So yeah, here are some close-ups of my eyeballs. Blink, blink, blink. Oh, I didn't blink in time that time. Anyway, yeah, if you want to see more of me, you can find me on all my social medias, especially my Instagram. I feel like you'll see most of like the upcoming looks that I have done on my Instagram before I post them here on YouTube, just because that's where I post them first. So if you'd like to see some more sneak peeks and stuff like that, outfits, things like that, find me on Instagram. That's all. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye.